Alright, we are ready to reassemble the engine, get her in this thing, and go for a spin. So I did some shopping around and got some ray valves that were missing, which are kind of dirty. I got to clean those up, and it looks like one's kind of beaten. That one right there. So we'll clean it up and see what we got, but I do have another one here that we can use. Got my gaskets, cleaned all the Loctite off, all the bolts, so they're all ready to go. I got new used cylinder heads. I did just hone them out with that, I don't know what you call that thing, honing stone. Where the heck did I put it? It is right here. And just ran it through. It cleans them up really nice, puts the cross hatching back in. So I think we're good to go there. Cleaned everything up here. Now we got to just change the seals here, and we'll change this seal that goes in here on this cap right here. And then we will put the sealant on the case, which is, I forget what the stuff is. I got it all taped up, but I'll show you that before I put it on, and get this thing going. So let me get set up and we'll make it happen. Alright, a little bit of two-stroke oil in a container just so we can wipe stuff down as we go. So I want to change this seal here. Look at, I mean, the seal is so loose. Oh, of course this one is because it wraps around the PTO. Okay. I'm going to put some oil on it. Actually doesn't need to go in there because there's actually doesn't touch anything. I'll show you that. It doesn't touch the crank there. It goes around there. So put the ring back in. Thread the PTO on just nicely, just to make sure that not too tight. There we go. And use this one. This one is so loose. A little bit of oil on there. That's nice. And then we're going to take, ooh, I don't know if that's the right seal for that or not. Let me get a pick. How about it? Try and find a pick. That one just looks so much thinner than this one. Maybe not. Okay. That bad boy goes right in there. Just make sure that that's all nice and clean, which it is. Alright, the other thing is that's freaking important is aligning the crank and the counterbalance. So I'll take this off. flashlight. See the divot in the crank right there, and there's like a mark on the crank right there. They need to align, which they do. Otherwise, it'll shake itself apart. Okay. I think I'll get rid of these old seals and stuff so that we know we didn't miss anything. So next mission, I'm going to wipe all this stuff down with acetone just to make sure that everything's nice and clean, and then we'll put the sealant on there. I don't know, I take so many precautions when I'm putting everything together. And I see some guys, they just throw these things together. They're all rusted and seized, and throw transmission fluid down in the cylinders. And they put the thing together and away they go. Now how long it lasts, I don't know. Anyway, I like to take all the precautions, try and make everything as good as I can, and it's kind of worked for me, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so that's cleaned up pretty darn good. Now, if I can find the lid to the acetone. Alright, so I'm going to get set up to put the sealant on the case. The Loctite 5910. As luck would have it, I bought this not that long ago, and it's solid in the tube, and that's $80 for a tube, so I got to do one engine out of it, and then the rest was garbage. So I think we're going to switch over to the Ultra Gray gasket maker. I've used it. It doesn't even recommend anything about putting any sealant on the case, on the bolts. Nothing else. So we're going to just put this in as a precaution. Geez, a lot of surfaces. Okay. A little bit of water. We'll clean this all up. It's a very thin layer. You don't need much. The cases are really good. There's no big imperfections anywhere that I saw. Some of them are pretty corroded and you got to fill in some holes, but this one's pretty darn good. All right. Seals are in. Move that water. Everything is aligned. You want to check all your pins to make sure the pins are in the groove. Everything looks good. Okay. make sure that washer's where it's supposed to be. See, we're looking pretty good. All right, I'm gonna put this back in to keep the alignment on the seal. That tighten her down right away. Okay. Loctite, put Loctite on all the bolts. Alright, we'll get some sockets and then we'll get at it. Okay, just going to run these down carefully. Well, isn't that funny? The screws actually come right out of the bottom, they're open. Okay, look at the case. Looks like she's tightening up pretty good. Check the other side. Alright, so then they have a torque sequence here, which is based on the drive being this way. So I'm just going to hit them with this first. Case again. Oh yeah. Now she's sealing up nice. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is here, 18 is there. No, it isn't. 18 is here. 19 is here, 20, 21, 22. Now we need to get those to 12 Nm, 9 foot-pounds. Okay, here we go, 9. There's so many screws on this thing. One, four, then 5 is here. Already there all around. 6, 7 is here. 10, 11 is set for an end. 12. Where's 13? 13 is now onto the smaller ones, which was 11 mil. Let me get a 11 mil long, deep. Next sequence, got to do this all again. Getting them up to 17. Holy, come on, you should be able to hold it and it go. Really? 17. So I'm going to do this sequence and then I'll bring you back for the last final sequence, and we got to go to 30. Here we go. The small bolts are already at 17 and that's where they stay. These go up to 30. Drop your torque wrench. Here we go. So now it's the combination of holding the engine and trying to one, two, three.
Seven is here. A little awkward one. Eight. 9 is here. 10. And 11 is out here again. 12. 13 goes too small, so I'm just going to check all these one more time. Yep.
Yeah. You get the idea. I'm going to check them all, and we'll go to the next step. The engine flipped over, and we're ready to put the pistons on. Just going to put some oil on the wrist pin. Some oil on the bearing. Oil on the crank. And I'll even put some oil there. And which side did I take out? That down. Little arrow right there you can't see, so I marked it. That points towards the exhaust. That is a snug fit. Too snug for me. She's going now. I'm gonna get something to tap that in. Sledgehammer ought to do it. There she is. Now we got to wrestle with the clip. That's just a waste. Let me fiddle with this and then I'll bring you back and I'll let you know what I did. Okay. Just slightly askew. She's got to go in a hair more. I need something like a screwdriver to bump that in. Yeah, next time brand new pistons, brand new rings, but this was supposed to be just a rebuild, putting it all back together and not buying a whole whack of new parts, so. But that's what you deal with, I guess. Alright, ring wrestling again. How's that look? Pretty good. Alright. Can't forget to put the 30 mil oil, but look at the 30 mil oil they want, and I got ounces and cc's. I don't know. I gotta go do the conversion. Let's clean this up. Yeah, this surface is a little more beat up than the lower end. As you can see here, a little bit of pitting and stuff, so definitely want the RTV sealant there between the gaskets, again as an extra precaution. Alright, where did I put the Permatex? Gets a little messy. Again, you just wipe it all down. Just don't go heavy on it.
Lots of spots. And a little bit of water.
There's some, and then I gotta put you down there to. Especially in here, it's quite pitted. I don't think this is covered here by the gasket, but I'm just going to put it everywhere and then we can wipe off what we don't need. Let's get the gasket right here. It's number 5 gasket, which is a standard gasket. Okay, I guess we'll start with this side. So. Torque time, and it is saying 30 foot-pounds. 30, finally.
And then here.
Okay. Now I'll put some gaskets in there. So these are going to be kind of tough to put in here. But I like to put a little bit of grease, makes them expand, locks them in. When you want to take this apart down the road, keeps it all nice and clean instead of all crusty in there. So I'm just going to use regular axle grease. Does the trick. They're always a bit big too, so you gotta I'll tap it in with a rubber hammer. Maybe. Nice. Little grease on the inner seal. Greasing her up. Yeah, that works good. A little bit more grease for the inner seal again. Okay, going forward, I gotta put little red rings around the spark plug hole. And this gasket is a little different than the one that was in here. This one's round, the other one had a square look to it, but that seems to be pretty good. I hope. I think the head actually has a... Yeah, it does. It has a dimple in it here, so that pushes down on the gasket. Now, I think we got another problem. So, I just noticed that this is busted right here. I'm screwed again. This thing was left with water in it. And it was sitting in there and cracked. Now I gotta order another head. This is gonna be the whole summer job. Let me see what else I got. Well, after looking at that, this is important because this has to be sealed for this chamber, but this one piece right here doesn't do anything. There's nothing in here. Yeah, it's just empty space. So, I'm going to run that head for now. How about that? And then I'll look for another one. Hopefully that's not a crack and just a scratch. That's the old, all you gotta do is put it together. Yeah, bullshit. They're all screwed up, every one I ever get. So be leery when you buy stuff. Buy it the best, cheapest price you can get. Even when they tell you it's mint. Because you know darn well you're going to be buying parts for it. So, lock tight again, 10 million bolts. Okay. Just give me a little peace of mind. See if they give us a run-in order on those bad boys. Alright, so we'll do the diagonal thing. There we go. Now this thing is scrolling. $17. Okey. And she still spins. Next, brake valve or rotary? That is the question. That is very important. Okay, so we need to get this thing to top dead center on the mag side. Is right about there. And then these are asymmetrical, so you can put them on this way or this way, which adjust it. We need to set that at, it's 147 degrees from here to here. Let me get a marker. And 47 is right about there. No, it's not. 147, 5, 6, 147 is right there. Let's see how close that is. And the next thing is getting it exactly on top dead center. That says one. You know what I'm going to do? That's 147. Okay, after monkeying around a bit, I determined that's the top dead center point, so that's exactly where that needs to go, which I believe should be pretty close to the 147 when that's at 0. Let's turn it around. Pretty close. Without having all the proper gauges that tell you exactly where you are. And let's see. Chuck that out. It's just oil in there. Okay, coming off. Don't like my oil applicator at all. Nope. Yep. Let's do a little test here. Making messes. I want oil to squirt out of those little guys. How come? Let me do some digging. Okay. So, gave up on the water pump. The oil pump for now. I just separated it. I want to double check it to be sure it's working. It may not be pumping right now. So we are going to bolt this on, and it goes on at 15 foot-pounds with some Loctite.
Yeah, it'd be cool to do this all this work and then the oil pump be no good. I always mix the first tank anyway, but now I'm really gonna double check I got the right mix. Flashing. It flashes for a few minutes and then it goes, I don't know.
So we said the magic number was 15. 15 foot-pounds of torque. Okay, done. So, you're going to deal with the rave valves next. Still spins. Rave valve time. These go on in inch-pounds. Very little torque.
Like that side. Lots of things going on here today, sounds like. All I hear is machines and beeping. Different screw. Just what I want to do is straighten this out. It would still. Should pull a lock tight. I'll do right after it. That would be too easy. I really shouldn't be running in with this thing then.
And that goes on there. And a zip tie on there. And the next order of business, 10 mil bolts. Let's just see if I got this oriented the right way, which I do. And 10 gallons of Loctite again. Now, that's going to go like that. Put the bolt in there. Okay, so this bushing seal that I put on there and was talking about it being loose actually gets pressed into the back of this plate, and I didn't show you that, so I thought I should mention it. And that has to be what's it say there? 9 nm, 80 inch-pounds. So gotta wait for this thing to do whatever it does. 3 zeros. Waiting. Oh, that's what the other gaskets are for there. Oh, they must be all the same size. Huh. Guess while that's doing that, we'll pick that out of there. I got it set to 9 nm. Oh, it doesn't reach. Oh!
Good. Probably shouldn't be using a deep socket.
This is kind of important. Good compression. And a socket, which I have for that. I don't remember what size that is. Here we go. Big sucker. Okay. Heck. Now I got to get the impact driver. Wherever that is. Got the driver in reverse. First I was thinking I got a reverse thread on here. Sounds good. She's on there. Bigger one. Well, I took it out. That doesn't seem right, but that's the bolt that was sitting in there. Okay. So we'll see. That's the pump off. Just gonna go wash this thing off quickly and then bring it back. There we go. That's all in good fun. Anyway, screw that back on and bring you back. And front engine mount, might as well throw that on. I was afraid of putting too many things on before you drop it in the hull. So you might not have enough room to get it in there. I think we're still good though. Nice. Now, let me find out what the torque is. That would be 142, 24 Nm or 17 foot-pounds.
Hey, look, it's flashing. That's much faster, though. 24. Engine's gonna wanna turn. Oh, turn hard, yeah, 24. And beyond. Alright. Next, I got this and this was laying in the box. So I gotta figure out where that goes. I'm guessing this is going probably there somewhere. And this bad boy, I don't know yet. I love the box of parts. So let me figure that out. And then we'll move on to the next step.
Also, just bolted on the fuel rail. Didn't show you that. It's just pushes in 2 bolts, lock tight, tighten them down. And now we're gonna hook it up on the hoist, I guess, and crank it up and drop it in. And that'll be the next video.